Have you ever wondered what happens when the secrets of the powerful are suddenly thrust into the light? We're on the brink of finding out. A massive trove of emails connected to Jeffrey Epstein is set to be released, and the shockwaves could reshape our world. This isn't just about one man's crimes anymore. It's about a web of influence that stretches across the highest levels of society, from politics and finance to royalty and academia. For years, the Epstein case has been a dark cloud, filled with disturbing allegations and unanswered questions. We've heard whispers, seen redacted documents, and watched as powerful figures deflected any connection. But emails are different. They're direct, they're time-stamped, and they can be incredibly revealing. This upcoming release promises to pull back the curtain like never before. So, what exactly are we expecting to see in these emails? Reports suggest they contain communications between Epstein and a vast network of associates. This could include scheduling, discussions about travel, financial transactions, and potentially conversations that shed light on the true nature of his operations and who was involved. The key here is context. An email that seems innocent on its own could become damning when placed alongside others. We're looking for patterns, connections, and the casual language of complicity that often hides in plain sight. The legal implications are staggering. While Epstein himself is no longer alive to face justice, these emails could provide new evidence against his alleged conspirators. Prosecutors who may have hit a wall due to a lack of concrete proof might suddenly find the smoking gun they've been searching for. This could trigger a new wave of investigations, indictments, and trials, not just in the United States, but around the world. We could see individuals who have long been considered untouchable facing legal jeopardy. It's a potential reckoning that has been years in the making. But the impact goes far beyond the courtroom. Think about the political landscape. The list of people associated with Epstein includes former presidents, prime ministers, and high-ranking officials from multiple countries. If these emails reveal compromising information, the political fallout could be immense. It could end careers, sway elections, and erode public trust in entire institutions. In a world already grappling with political polarization, this could be like pouring gasoline on a fire. The public's perception of leadership could be permanently altered, forcing a conversation about the character and integrity of those in power. Then, there's the world of finance. Wall Street, titans, billionaires, and major financial institutions were all part of Epstein's orbit. The emails might expose how he used his wealth and connections to build his network, potentially implicating others in financial misconduct or revealing how the system enabled his activities. This could lead to massive reputational damage for individuals and corporations. Stock market volatility and calls for greater regulation and transparency in the financial industry. It forces us to ask, how deep did this rot go, and who benefited financially from this web of deceit? And what about the institutions we're supposed to trust? Universities, charities, and scientific organizations all received significant donations from Epstein. These emails could detail the extent to which these institutions were aware of the source of his wealth and the nature of his activities. Did they turn a blind eye in exchange for funding? This could trigger a crisis of confidence in academia and philanthropy, forcing a painful reevaluation of their ethical guidelines and donor vetting processes. The very foundations of these pillars of society could be shaken. Globally, the ripple effects could be just as significant. Epstein's network was international, with connections to royalty and influential figures across continents. The release of these emails could cause diplomatic incidents and strain relationships between countries. A scandal that implicates a prominent figure in one nation could become a major headache for its allies. It highlights how interconnected our world is, and how a scandal that starts in one place can quickly become a global phenomenon. But perhaps the most important impact will be on public trust. For years, many people have felt that there's one set of rules for the rich and powerful, and another for everyone else. This case has been a focal point for that sentiment. If these emails confirm the worst fears that a network of elites were aware of, or participated in, horrific crimes, and were protected by their status, it could lead to widespread outrage and a profound sense of betrayal. It could fuel populist movements and a deep-seated cynicism towards the establishment. On the other hand, this release could also be a catalyst for positive change. A full and transparent accounting of what happened could be the first step towards accountability and reform. It could empower survivors, giving them a sense of validation and justice that has long been denied. It could force institutions to implement stricter ethical codes and create systems that prevent such abuses from happening again. It's a painful process, but sometimes you have to expose a wound to the air before it can begin to heal. This is a developing story, and it's important to approach the coming revelations with a critical mind. There will be a flood of information, and likely, a lot of misinformation as well. It will be crucial to rely on credible journalism and verified sources as we try to piece together the truth. We need to distinguish between confirmed facts and speculation. And be wary of attempts to politicize the tragedy for partisan gain. Ultimately, the release of these Epstein emails is more than just a news event. It's a potential turning point. It's a test of our legal systems, our political institutions, and our societal values. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about power, privilege, and justice. The world will be watching to see who is implicated, who is held accountable, and whether this moment will lead to real, lasting change or simply fade away as another forgotten scandal. The impact is not just about the past. It's about the kind of future we want to build. Thank you for watching. This is a complex and evolving story, and we'll be following it closely. If you found this analysis helpful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our future updates. We'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think the biggest impact will be? Let's continue the conversation.